I I've struggled with an idea for a while, and it's how like everybody. This sounds so dumb. Just hold on. Give me a second. But it is crazy that everybody is a person. What I mean by that is when you're like a little kid and you just living your life, you know, you go to school and then you go home and then sometimes you play with your friends and sometimes you stay in and you watch cartoons. You know that you have a life. You know that you're a whole person, even if you don't have a full awareness of yourself. You know that you go to different places and you do different things. Even when you have a new experience, it doesn't even occur to you to be like, oh no, I don't do that. Because you're a kid just experiencing the world. But there are boxes that we put people in. I think it's completely unintentional. I don't think there's any malice behind it. But I remember the first time that I realized that someone who I definitely cared about and I definitely enjoyed their company and I definitely liked was a whole other person. I was a little kid. I was with my mom at the grocery store and we saw my teacher. And I was shocked. I was like, I said it out loud. I said it to her. Why aren't you at school? If you're here, then whose? It was a crazy thing in my head. My brain was breaking in that moment. I'm this little kid. I've only ever seen her at school. She's supposed to be at school. I shouldn't see her if I'm not at school. And she's over here buying groceries. I was like, you eat groceries? This is wild. And then she was over here having a conversation with my mom. They both ignored me asking why she wasn't at school. I still had questions. And then she, said she'd see us on Monday and walked away. And in my head, I was like, Monday? It's Saturday. She's not even gonna be at school tomorrow. Blew my mind that one of my favorite teachers had like a house. And like, I'd always heard about her husband, but I thought that's just something teachers say to like pass the time and stuff. She had a whole life. And it feels like a silly lesson to learn when you're a kid, and then you get older and you realize you have to keep relearning it over and over again because you meet more and more people and you've already boxed them in. And then they surprise you and then you think, oh, I'm a little ashamed I was even surprised. I should know from when I was like 6 that people are like, everybody's a person. But it's an easy lesson to forget because you can only sometimes see a person in a certain way. Like my friend, I have a couple friends now who they've got drunk with their parents, and it's a boundary that some people never break with their parents. Sometimes their parents are like, oh, I'm gonna have a couple drinks, but I'm not gonna be drunk in front of my son, you know what I mean? And then there are people who will always have that thing of like, oh, I don't want to be drunk in front of my parent. You know what I mean? It's like weird. I feel like I'd be in trouble. It's like, well, you're 42. Yeah, but still. I don't know. I don't want my mom to see me drunk. It's like, well, she saw you at your worst as a baby. I guarantee you drunk just brings you like one step above baby. But it was an interesting thing. My friend said that he had a couple drinks with his dad. Now his dad was a sort of interesting case because when he was a kid, I don't know all the details, but his dad drank. And then there was something, whether it was something that happened or just like a general attitude towards drinking. At one point, his dad was like, you know what? I'm just not going to drink anymore. And he went like cold turkey sober for years and years and years, right? So he drank pretty heavily when my buddy was a kid, didn't drink until he was long out of the house. And it wasn't until after my buddy graduated college that his dad would like drink once in a while, you know, have a drink with him. And finally, one day, his dad was like drunk with him. And he noticed his dad like drunk. And he was like, it's crazy because I know my dad used to drink. And I can only see my dad as my dad. So knowing my dad is like an annoying drunk. I don't know. I guess I forgot he could be a whole person. Like, because his dad had this weird, like, rivalry with him when he was drunk. He, you know, walk up to him, impromptu, off of nothing. They're in the backyard. And he's like, hey, you know, looking good, young man, looking strong, looking tough. Looking tough, I mean, you looking real strong. You know, what? You think you're stronger than me? What? I mean, no, do you think you're stronger than me? We should race. You want to race? And he knows that a foot race with his dad sober wouldn't even be a contest. So he's like, nah, Dad, I'm good. He's like, no, come on. You know, if you're scared, say so. If you're scared, say so. If you're scared, the old man still got it. If you're scared, say so. Said he made it into one of the most annoying songs he had ever heard in his life. Just until he would raise him, if you're scared, say so. And finally, he's like, all right, look, we'll race, fine. And he thinks if he stands up, his dad might just forget, you know, because he's at that level of drunk where he's on a mission, but not a mission he has to complete. Y'all know that mission. This is one of my favorite missions to watch people have on like a night out. You know, especially with like, one of my favorite side quests in any night out that a bunch of ladies are having is finding one of their phones. One phone will go missing, and it will be the biggest deal in the world for 12 minutes. And then the person whose phone is missing will be like, let's just dance. It's like, all right, but you should go get your phone though. Like, you do need to call an Uber at some point and get home. Like, we need your phone. It's like, yeah, but like later, like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't even care. It's like, this is my song. And then it resets because then like several songs later, it'll be like, yeah, you look so good. I'm gonna take a picture of you. I'm gonna. Oh my God, everybody stop. Everybody stop. Not their friends, everybody in the club stop. Everybody stop. And so this dude stands up thinking like his dad's about to be over it anyway. And he's like, Dad, I really don't want to, like, we're having a good time. Like, let's just chill out. And his dad goes, no, race me. And he's like, all right, fine, okay. So they line up. And he's not really gonna race his dad. He's gonna like walk and let his dad win so he can feel good about being annoying for 15 minutes. But his dad stands up and he's ready. You ever see somebody look at a finish line like it's moving? Like, and then he said, He said, all right, you ready? And they had already decided that his mom would say when to go. And so she said, go. And my buddy didn't even go. His dad took 3 steps and crashed into the patio table. And I don't know, yeah, it's gotta be tough. That's a moment that's like, you just know that now. You know your dad your whole life, and then now you're like, oh yeah, but like after the 5th Jameson, he will. You know. And that changes how you look at your dad a little bit, not even in the form of judgment, just like there's more information and you see him as like a whole person. You know good, you know bad, you know arguing with him, you know, and now you know this thing that you didn't really experience in the same way when you were a kid. Now you know, even 4 Jamesons in, he's gonna go, no. Oh. Like I don't know if it's possible to remind yourself every time, every day, that a person is like a whole person. Because we are so distant. Person to person. Like when you meet someone that you've maybe heard about, you can only go off your impression. That impression is colored by whoever told you about this person. And it's hard to remember. I try to remind myself all the time that like, we're meeting this person. Nothing nice has been said. But I'm sure they have a dog. I don't know. Like some redeeming quality. You try to approach it like that. And, you know, I fail at it a lot. You know, sometimes I let, whether it's gossip or just like a preconceived notion, take over. And then you end up being friends with this person. And you feel even worse because you're like, oh, I judged you so harshly when we met. You know, some of my best friends, when I met them, hated their guts. I hated because I was just like, oh, just look at his face. One of my best friends from college, when we met, us meeting was me asking him for a pencil and him going, what? And so I just turned back around. I was like, all right, jerk. Turns out he just didn't hear me. We're like really good friends now, but yeah, that was not a great way to start. One of my best friends, we had that same thing. So he's a big dude. He's like 6'4", 6'5", like a strong guy, wide guy, right? Big dude. And we were both friends with a different guy. This is freshman year of college. And we had both done things in front of each other that made us go like, I don't know if I like that guy. Like I like our mutual friend, but I don't know if I like him. And then we kept being in scenarios where maybe we were waiting for our mutual friend, so we were left alone with each other. And in my head, maybe it's because of where I come from, and maybe it's because I've never been the biggest guy in the room, but this is a big old dude, and he doesn't seem like he liked me. So in my head, I was like, I just gotta act crazy. Like if I'm crazy, that'll keep at bay his size. Because even a big man doesn't want to get bit. You know what I mean? I don't care how big or strong you are. Once everybody saw what Mike Tyson did to Evander Holyfield, they were like, oh yeah, crazy wins. Crazy will always win. I like my whole ear where it is. And then he noticed me being crazy. And so he was like, all right, I'm gonna have to flex how big I am. There was one time where we were waiting on our mutual friend because, forgot to mention earlier, our mutual friend was his roommate. So I had to be in their room a bunch before we actually got along. And I don't know, I saw him like eyeing me, and this is a college dorm room. So there's not a lot of space. So I'm like, this big guy's eyeing me. We're both waiting for our friend. So then I didn't know what to do. So I just started singing lyrics to Kanye West's 808 on a Heartbreak. No music. Impromptu. And lyrics I chose were, when I grab your neck, I touch your soul. And I just sang it to the wall, but loud enough for him to hear me. And I would later find out that when I did that, he was like, all right, that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen. In my entire life, I was trying to mug this dude into submission, but now he done sang to the wall, not even facing anything. I don't know what he talking about. Why'd he sing it too? That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. It's so much crazier to sing than it is to scream. Like if you come across somebody on the street and they scream it, you're like, all right, that's regular. If they are singing lyrics you don't know exist yet, because the album had just come out, if they're singing lyrics you don't know exist yet, get away. And so he was like, I gotta do something. Got to do something. And the thing that he decided to do was we both got a text from our mutual friend that it would be quicker for us to meet him where he was than wait for him to come back and us head out together. And so we decided to head out together. And while I'm in the hallway, it's a long hallway from the dorm room to the end of the suite. And when I'm in the hallway, I go, ah. And he says, what? And I'm like, I think a mosquito bit me. And I was being completely sincere in this moment. I started itching. I was like, what? And he's like, what happened? I think a mosquito bit me. And then he stands extra tall, every bit of 6'5", lets his eyes dart around the hallway and goes, you hurt my friend. And then he punched the wall as hard as he could. And when he moved his fist from the wall, there was a dead mosquito. And I was like, oh Lord, he big and crazy. Oh, I'm sick. Oh. And then we became best friends. We became best friends because we got to know each other. We got to know each other, and I got to know him as a whole person. I got to know how cool he was, how sincere he is, that he would do anything for his friends, including that mosquito thing. And he got to know me, and he still liked me. So we became best friends because I got to see like the whole person, you know? And then finally one day I told him about it. I was like, hey, you know, freshman year, because when we were juniors, we became roommates. And I told him, like, hey, I just want to get something off my chest. Freshman year, when I was in the room with you and I just started singing. I was just trying to be crazy because I thought like you were real big and like, I don't know, I had been bullied a lot, so I was just trying to like keep you at bay. And he was like, oh, that's so good to know. Which means in the time that we had become friends, he still thought like, no, that's what he does though. Like that's who he is as a person. I was like, that's so good to know, because honestly, I was wondering what I'd have to do. I thought you were genuinely crazy. And that's why I punched that wall. When I moved my hand, I couldn't believe the mosquito had actually... Wild stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's tough sometimes accepting that someone was like a whole person. Because it is easier. If someone sucks, it's easier to just, lean on exactly what you know, and that's enough for you, and they suck, and that's the end of it. It's not necessary in your mind to get down to the deeper root of the issue about why they might be the way they are. Whatever. They suck, and I'm done talking about them. Like when I think about some of the most powerful people in the world, I think that way all the time. I forget that it's like a whole person because they suck. They suck so much. Like, I do my best to not be closed-minded about people, but the more I learn, the worse it gets. And no person is just one thing. Even monsters. Some monsters that get true crime documentaries made about them. They'll interview the kids. And sometimes the kids will be like, yeah, actually, he was like a super present father and everything. Like, it was kind of crazy. I know he killed all those people, but he came to all my soccer games. Like, it's a lot to process. No. Like, I don't know what makes a person... I'm not a psychologist. I don't know what makes a person the way that they are. I just have guesses. Sometimes my guesses are good, and I get to have a conversation with the person and see that I was kind of close. And then sometimes my guesses are totally off base because I don't have their mind. I can't act like I know why someone is the way that they are. I know for certain because of the people that I've been around. I know that sometimes when you grow up with real money, real privilege, it can be very difficult unless you are like delusional enough to accept the position you're in as anything more than like the randomness of who is born to who. It's very difficult to feel like you've made or earned anything yourself. If you are just born into billions, you see that's one of the reasons these people have to like make their mark on the world to prove that they're not just like some accident. Because within those families sometimes, and like, look, I'm not acting like I know billionaires. I know millionaires. And it's a little similar, but at the same time, there are some millionaires that are barely millionaires, so they still acting like they're middle class. Even though they're millionaires, it's actually pretty sad. And then there are people that are like multimillionaires, and I don't even really know that many multimillionaires, but I know those people have at least accepted their position as people with like wealth and privilege, right? I don't know any billionaires. But I do know the people that I am friends with that work with like truly insane net worth individuals have said things like, at a certain amount of money, it's not even money anymore. It's just you moving your will throughout the world. And that is how people with that much money think. And so if you are like a child born into this thing, especially if you don't take to it the way that we imagine people will take to it, because remember, a person is a whole person, but a lot of people will have a kid and have an idea of a child before the child is ever there. And then that idea of a child is exactly what this whole person has to be, or else they're a disappointment, or else they're a failure, right? I had the idea of you before you were ever here. And the idea of you that I had was, we play these sports together. I teach you to do this thing. We go to these things. You love the stuff that I love. Those are the hopes of like every parent. Every parent wants to share the things they love with their kid, and hopefully the kid loves them too. Because as much as you love your sports team, as much as you love your favorite hobby, it'd be so much more enjoyable if the person you love the most loved it too. A lot of people have those hopes. That's common, that's normal. But this like world of wealth, they have an idea of maybe building a legacy, building an empire, and now whoever comes, whatever this child is, they will be someone who can uphold, build up, maintain the empire that I built. They're not having like a child, they're having a vessel to continue their wealth into the future. And that's got to be difficult to grow up in, because yes, you have all this money, you have all this privilege, you have access to all these different things, but there's a person looking at you like you don't even deserve to be here. And then there's everybody else that if you tried to tell them how it felt, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry I couldn't hear you through all that money. You know? Cry me a river. You ever felt a penny before? And so you see people really trying to exercise out all of this trauma in a way where they still move their will throughout the world. So then we become the collateral damage of them trying to exercise demons, because they have the access to change the world the way that they see fit. And that leaves us in a very dangerous position. And I don't know exactly how to fix that, what to do about that, but I do know it presents itself in like little moments. Small moments where you can see, oh, this is like a kid. This is like a hurt kid. You know? Most powerful man in the world. Incredibly rich, billionaire. But this is a kid. This is a scared kid. This is a hurt kid. This is an angry kid. And I'm not saying that takes away all the damage, all the things that are being created by what this kid is doing. But like, I see you differently now. Like, in theory, I should be scared of you. I should be worried about what your next move is going to be. I should be worried if you're going to send someone to hurt me or my family, because you could do that. You're a very powerful person. But then things happen, and I see you react like a kid. And it's weird to see you as a whole person, you know? Like, I'm not going to... How do I put this? I could tell Trump was hurt by that South Park episode because the White House released a statement. There are school shootings where the White House doesn't release a statement. The White House released a statement. They were like, hey, look, South Park hadn't been relevant event for a while now anyway. Nobody even watched. Ain't nobody crying. Nobody hurt. No. Like, I've watched... I watched Trump go to the Fed. He went to the Fed and he was with Jerome Powell. Now, Donald Trump put Jerome Powell in that position, all right? Donald Trump made Jerome Powell Fed chair, right? And now Donald Trump can't stand Jerome Powell and doesn't know who appointed him. And so, he goes to the Fed. I guess they showing him where they make the money, shred the money. I don't know why he needed to go. He goes on a field trip to the Fed. You know, this is a very funny thing about Donald Trump. He has been very rich his entire life, but he still acts like new money. I have expected Trump to see the money being printed in front of him and go, but this dude he's at the Fed with Jerome Powell, and look, you can say numbers. You can say numbers in whatever order you want. No, you can say numbers and he can say more numbers. You can say numbers, that's your right to say numbers however you see fit. Whatever numbers you like, you can say them in 4, 3, 3, 4. You can do whatever you want. Numbers are there for you to play with. Numbers serve at your pleasure, right? Say whatever numbers you want in whatever order you want, whenever you want. That will not make it math. And so Trump is talking to the media, and he just like throwing out numbers. He's saying numbers, right? Just, numbers, good numbers, and some bad numbers. Let's get those bad numbers out of there. Good numbers, more numbers, extra numbers, right? And quickly, almost immediately, Jerome Powell is standing off to the side, and he goes, "Oh no." Jerome Powell was shaking his head. You know those people who got like perfect pitch? Jerome Powell was shaking his head like somebody with perfect pitch going to karaoke. Like it's And look, this is not something that happens often. No, Trump's used to talking, and when he talks, people either nod or they stay quiet. And we saw this in spectacular fashion in like 2020. Because he would stand up there, and then the people next to him, the people behind him, sometimes you catch them being like, huh? Like they were still trying to process what he said. But then he would just be talking. And sometimes he'd even turn to them, look for some confirmation. What do you think about that? And then they would be like, we'll have to check. I've never had the taste of bleach in my mouth, but... I suppose anything's possible. These experts, these doctors, these people, they weren't doing the thing that they should have been doing, which was because he didn't just shake his head. He said it. He said it out loud. No, 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 no. Maybe we wouldn't be in this position if more people, and I'm not even talking about politicians right now, I mean more people, more people who have to deal with government had the courage to say, no, that's not how medicine works, no, that's not science, no, that's not English, no. A simple no is powerful, you know? And so sure enough, Trump hates Jerome Powell. Trump hates Jerome. Oh, he hates Jerome. Oh. Trump hates Jerome. Trump hates Jerome. Like, let Jerome. Trump hates Jerome Powell, so he hate him so good. Trump hates Jerome Powell so much, he did something he never does. He did something we haven't seen him do. Either time he's been president, he did something I didn't even think he was capable to do. Trump hates Jerome Powell so much. Through his teeth, he hate him. He hate him so much that Donald Trump did homework. Because he was saying the numbers, and he was saying the numbers, and he was saying the numbers, he was saying the numbers. And then Jerome Powell went, no. And even Tim Scott was next to Trump, nodding and saying yes, while he was saying no. Yes, with those big teeth, saying yes, swinging those teeth, yes. But Donald Trump heard Jerome Powell's no, and it was almost like he had practiced this. He was ready. He hates Jerome Powell so much. He hate him. And so he goes, huh? What? No. Oh, well, I have the paper right here. And then Donald Trump pulled out a piece of paper and handed it to Jerome Powell like it was checkmate. I had never seen this man prepared in his life. Usually, when Trump has a chart or a piece of paper, it's because he already has a point he's trying to make, and he's just using that to illustrate. Trump has never had a Trump card. This man pulled out the piece of paper. You could see even Jerome was surprised. He was like, paper? Reading? You saw Jerome. Jerome had to break out the glasses for it. He was like, oh. And because numbers are numbers, because math is at least something that, even if you have bias, even if you have an intention towards an intended goal, the math will still make sense or not make sense. Something will be true or not true, right? And so even Jerome Powell, I'm not saying I know this man, I'm not saying he's infallible, but in this moment I'm thinking maybe he's even thinking, whoa, what if I'm wrong here? What if there's something I don't know about? The president just pulled a piece of paper out as soon as I started saying no, like he rehearsed this. So he takes the piece of paper, throws the glasses on, and you can see him reading it. You can watch the clip. And he goes, no, this old, no.
Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm good. The bird is back, and it's just gonna do this now. Every time I take that train, the bird is there.
The same pigeon from the last episode?
So here's the thing. I feel like it would be crazy for me to just say unequivocally that this is the same pigeon. I don't know that. All I know is that
it's more fun.
It does look the same, and it exhibits the same behavior, and I record it each time like it's the same one. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm slowly becoming this bird man because no one else seems to notice or care. And I'm like, guys, this is the, can I tell you? Okay, so yesterday I was like, guys, this is the same pigeon from yesterday. And then the person that I was talking to was like, I don't know you.
You just said it to somebody? I just
said it to somebody like, man, this is the same picture from yesterday. And he was like, yeah, I don't know you. Or like, I don't have any connection to this.
I love that he just started with that. Just, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
I wasn't there yesterday.
Yeah. Which is fair. It wasn't until he even said I don't know you that I realized I was talking to a stranger. Because you know how sometimes you just take the same commute with like a handful of people? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I get that.
Like I had seen him before.
Right.
And so I thought we could connect. I thought I could both like show my excitement and make a new friend off the fact that this is the same pigeon.
Right.
And he was like, I don't know you.
I don't know you.
And I was
you,
like,
sir.
That's very fair. I know we've taken the train kind of together several times, but we have never spoken to each other.
Well, sorry.
And me opening up with this is the same pigeon is not how you start a friendship.
No, especially then your follow-up is be like, oh, sorry, well, I see you taking this route all the time.
Also, my name is Josh. Just
that's
for
a
when you
start.
Tell the police.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I want you to go ahead and take a good mental picture right now for the description. I'll back up. There you go. Get a good look.
Get a good look. I'll turn around real quick so you can give a full description of what I'm wearing.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah. So my days have been seeing that pigeon again and again. Also going to the Met. I went to the Met yesterday.
Oh,
and that was really cool. But it did remind me that I had been to the Met. I thought I had never been, and then I got to a couple of rooms, and I was like, "Oh no!"
See, what's great too is I know you've been to the Met.
Yeah.
Because last year when Jess and I went, you and Sally talked about when you guys had gone to the Met.
Yeah.
So I know you've been there. You could have texted me.
But I didn't even think, okay, here's the thing. So when I went to the Met the first time, I was just like a kid in a candy store full of art. Like I didn't even have a plan.
I was licking everything.
I was just licking everything. I was touching all of it. I was asked to leave several times, had to sneak back in. So basically, as I'm walking around, the first time I remember much better now, I was just enjoying being there and how big this place is. It's ridiculously huge. And so it is. It's like every time you turn a corner, there's a huge, you're in a different huge building.
And that is true. And it's kind of an easy place to get lost in too. But I just like the idea of you in the Met, which has one of the like best art collections in the country, and just you being like, this room is so big.
Yeah.
Like spinning in a circle.
No, it was.
I've never seen a building so big. How? You were just outside.
Amazing. And so
it's an amazing place.
It wasn't until I got to some of the medieval, like Byzantine art, that I was like, wait, I've seen and it's because they keep the structure the same. So even if the art is changing, they there's that huge gate, that huge gate. Mm-hmm. So that I was like, wait, I've seen that exact thing before. And then I turned into a room full of art I had seen before. And I was like, wait, oh no, I've been here. Yeah. And luckily though, the first 2 hours that I was there, even though I had been there before, I saw a bunch of art I had never seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a massive place.
Yeah.
They have so much stuff in there, because me and Jess, when we went last year, that was our big thing, is that it wasn't until because they were closing down. We were there until 5, and we went to their gift shop quick. And then we started seeing like the prints and stuff or whatever they have there, because usually it's like museums, here's what we have here, and they kind of sell merch based on it. It wasn't until we were going through that we realized, like, oh fuck, they have that here? They have that here? And we didn't get to any of it because we spent like a full hour just in the Egyptian section, because they have like old pieces of tombs and pyramids, which is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
But we realized we got stuck in all that like old historical stuff. I mean, it's all historical, but like that really, really old, like actual structural stuff. We did that for so long, and then this time we made a goal. We're like, we are going to get to the paintings. We didn't see any of the Van Goghs. We missed. It's like the most famous thing they have there, and we missed all of it. We didn't even realize. So this time we went back. We stayed focused, and we got to that stuff, and we were literally like a hallway away from all the shit we wanted to see.
That's
just
funny.
didn't go. We didn't go 3 extra feet.
Yeah.
To get to it.
While I was there, and this is what's weird. Clearly, even though a lot of this stuff is priceless, clearly there's a level of care for some pieces more than others, because some pieces have an alarm and some of them do not. And so there was a kid who straight up licked the statue of the Three Graces. Just imagine you're sitting there appreciating, like, ancient art, like the fact that there's someone who has carved into marble something that has stood the test of time, and you look down and there's just a 3rd grader just running his tongue.
Well, yeah. Remember when we were at the Philadelphia Museum of Art, and we just saw that kid who was like ready to climb into an ancient fountain.
Yeah.
He was like standing on part of it and just touching it. And his mom's level of alarm was nothing. She just went, Jeffrey, don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, he's climbing history. Grab him.
Yeah. Yeah. His oily fingers are going to desecrate this ancient piece of art.
Can I talk quick about the other thing I saw at the Philadelphia Museum of Art? Or rather heard. You remember this.
I don't, but yeah.
When we were there, I went into this little side room where like it went to like one of those kind of like recreation rooms. This is what this, whatever would have looked like. And I walk in, and there's a security guard in there.
Oh,
and I see him he's off to the side with his phone. And I just walk into the room, and he's clearly doing speech to text. Because he starts it. And he goes, the dishes, and then he hears me behind him, and he stops, but then continues, just goes, the dishes better be cleaned and put away when I get home. And he was clearly sending a threatening text to a family member.
Yeah.
But I love the thinking about not finishing saying it. But then he went ahead, because I was in there. I was right behind him.
The only reason he
decided
didn't
to finish the
curse
thread
was because you were there.
That's probably the gap was probably
Yeah.
Because
because then later when I lost you, I found him. So then you were like gone. You were like, because every major cities of art museum is usually just huge. So like the Art Institute in Chicago is huge. Philadelphia Museum of Art, the Virginia Fine Arts Museum, all like take days to get through. Like, and that's only if you're trying to just look, much less read what the artist was doing when they made the piece. So I lose you almost immediately. like
You were just really enjoying looking at the swords, and I was ready to move on.
Yeah, so I was like chilling, looking at swords. I was chilling, looking at like all the stuff. Anyway, I lose you at one point, and there's a room just like the room that you were in. This is a different area, though, I think, that you were in than versus the one I was in, where they've taken pieces that were essentially like the living quarters of that period. And so
this
this guy, once again, is tucked away. I guess he just thinks no one looks in this room because you can only take 2 steps into the room and look around. You can't actually
Right, because
walk
then
in
it's
the
just a
room.
barrier, and then you're just looking at the still life, I guess, or whatever.
But then he's tucked into the side. And so then when I don't even fully hear what he said. I have like many inferences to what he may have been saying because it sounded like when I heard him, he had once again speech to text phone close to his mouth, and he was like, "Don't make me break my foot off." And like, it was like the same like through the teeth thing that I imagine you heard, but it was even more mumbly. So it wasn't like the dishes whatever. It was like just one amoeba of a threat, just like, "Don't make me take the back of your leg," and like it was just
Just this poor security guard. He just wants to find a quiet corner to threaten his family.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do.
Yeah.
And he was in stark contrast to the first security guard we ran into. Remember, who was telling us about like the ancient railing, which could absolutely be a lie.
It could be. I also think, this is what I think. I think that guy was told that by a different security guard years ago, and he's repeated it ever since, because it is an interesting fact, and I think it could be true mainly because they are tucked away in a way that people just don't look at them.
Yeah, so there's this one room where then there's this there's like a walkway up there or something. Looks like a staff only area.
Yeah.
And there's this one section of like stone railing, and he's like, that is, I think he said that's the oldest piece of art. Or no, it's one of the oldest pieces actually in the museum.
Yeah.
Because it was taken over from some sort of, I don't know, cathedral or something.
Yeah, they took it from a temple.
Yeah, and then just put it there, but no one has labeled it. And it does look kind of out of place. So you're like, maybe, but also, I don't know. And he just tells this story of like, you're not supposed to say this, but it's like, oh, that costs like $7 million or some shit. And I'm like, I don't know if anyone would really, I don't think that really translates. You might be going off of other artifacts from that era or something could be worth that. I don't think just a railing that has been built into a museum now would go for $7 million.
And before we completely drop this topic, just in case it's not resonating with the audience, before we leave it behind,
it's an episode on culture, okay? I don't think we're in the wrong here. Come on.
There were like 6 pillars, and he said that each one of them costs like $2 million.
Oh, that's right. He was even more specific.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because it was the pillars, right?
It
wasn't
the pillars.
It wasn't the balcony. That's right, because there was like the balcony. Yeah, so there's 4 pillars. Yeah, and each of them were like $2 million.
Yeah, and then
allegedly.
So I bring up this whole thing because I'm even going to the Whitney on Friday.
Oh, cool.
Trying to like really get that culture vibe in. You know what I'm talking about? Get that, all that good reading juices, all that stuff that come out museums, all that like.
See, now this I like. Let's keep talking about art, but let's do it that way.
All that rich, sophisticated feeling you get in your brains.
Yeah. Yeah. Fancy ass pillars.
So basically, when there's a museum of, I think it's contemporary. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's just this museum. I'll look it up right now. This is from my hometown as well, where it's like very small.
Oh, from your whole town. Okay.
Give me a second.
There was also a museum we went to in Philadelphia. While he's looking that up, in Philadelphia, that was very nice. What was it? The what institute? I can't remember the guy's name. Barnes Foundation.
Mm-hmm. Barnes Foundation.
The Barnes Foundation, which was great, had a great collection. That one was frustrating that nothing was labeled.
Yeah, because that was just a guy's house.
It was his private collection. So it was set up how it was always set up. Very cool museum, very worth going to. But they have this thing where you can scan the art to find out things about it, which we didn't really get to do because by the time I got there, Josh's phone was about dead, and it was draining mine quickly. And we were gonna have to Uber to a show that night, so we couldn't really get some good learning in. But we looked at everything. We looked the hell out of it.
This does bother me that. So my hometown's museum is the Alexandria Museum of Art, and their website is This is chaos. Their website is themuseum.org.
Whoa, they got it early, huh?
They got it so early. And I can't imagine it's full of
the museum.
I can't imagine it's full of stuff.
God, it'd be great if you went there and it was like a still under construction like clip art from like 2001.
Because let's see. I mean, there can't be much in here because the price for adults is $5, which is accessible. I appreciate that, but
that's good. Hell, with the art museum I think we have in our town, I think is free. I think it's a give what you want situation.
Anyway, so what we have. Why is the font like this? I don't know. Anyway,
I can't see what you're looking at.
I was trying to navigate what's there right now to see if this was a piece that's always been there. Anyway, there's a story that I heard about a kid on a field trip from a middle school that tripped, and this happens in some museums. Like I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. But he apparently tripped, and his head went like into a painting. So he fully tore it with his forehead. And that's where you're really glad you aren't in the most cultured of cities. Because if that had happened in Philly, it'd be your family paying that off for the rest of all of your lives.
Yeah, you all work there now.
That it was in Alexandria means that like y'all owe us.
Someone's got a copy.
Yeah. Y'all owe us one more printout.
Well, didn't your mom almost destroy a Picasso? I know we talked about it on the show, but wasn't that what it almost was?
Yeah, But that one was on like an easel in a gallery for sale. It's like, why is this not protected? This is
Yeah. And even a Picasso too that's more contemporary, that's not going to be the same as like a Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Those are different levels.
And then
of your life being ruined.
Did you see the kid? I can't remember where this happened, but there was a kid who tripped. First of all, he already had a soda in his hand, so it's like already whoever's supposed to be watching him needs to be
in a museum.
jail.
You're not allowed to go near the art with drinks. I didn't think
so. He already has a soda in one hand, and then he slips like off of nothing, like slips in the way that only a 14-year-old's legs can slip. You know, like when you're like a teenager, your early teens, and your body is just dumb. Mm-hmm. Like it's just so stupid. Like somehow it can't figure out gravity. It made me mad.
For me, it wasn't quite when I was a teenager. It was a little younger than that.
I don't know. But this kid was like 13, 14. That's why I say it. But basically, he slips, not even walking. This is what's so crazy. Like you'll just see teenagers sometimes, especially when I did community theater, like lighting for community theater. And so you have to be around the kids who are in the program, who have parts in the play. And some of them will just fall from standing up.
Oh yeah, no, my nephew is 12, and his ass will just fall right over.
Yeah, so this kid slips and goes to catch himself against the wall. Against that wall is a painting that he puts his hand through.
Oh, good.
I think
and then throws the soda, and it gets everything else in the room.
Yeah, I mean, well, the soda actually didn't leave his hand. The soda was the thing he was most responsible with. It was his own limbs that were the problem.
I thought for sure the soda was going to be the problem, but he had control of the soda.
Let me see. Kid destroys painting. 1.5 million.
Oh no! What did he destroy?
Let's see what it is.
Was this in Alexandria, or where did you say this was?
I didn't say where this one was. I think this was in Taiwan.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was a flower oil on canvas that was 350 years old.
Jeez. Huh.
Like, if I worked at a museum and I saw a clumsy kid coming, I would just be like, we're going to give you the virtual tour. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, if you're gonna walk into a museum, or like if you're gonna be, you should have to do a straight
I'm gonna
line.
hold you. I'm gonna hold you in control.
Yeah.
I'll point you at stuff, but from now you don't get to use motor functions in this room. But since we're talking about destroyed art, can we just take a quick second to remember how glorious it was when that lady fucked up that painting of Jesus? Yeah, see, it wasn't just. It's delightful to remember.
So for those that don't know, that was a restorer, right?
She
Yeah,
was
okay.
supposed to be restored.
So for those that don't know, when you are going to a museum, especially if it's a museum with like truly priceless works from like antiquity, you
Right.
will usually see some restoration. And if you've got a real eye for it, you can pick out what's been restored and what hasn't. Most things from like BC should be very faded. If they're not faded, then there's been
Right.
some heavy restoration in them. And there's even some, like, you know, not to put them on blast or anything, because I really enjoyed it and I'm going to go back. So I'm just going to keep going back to the Met as often as I can till I know my way around and can finish, like, feel like I've finished looking at certain exhibits. But in the Greek, so you were on the Egyptian side. On the other side of that, of the museum on the first floor, is the Greek and Roman sections. And in those sections, there are a couple of Greek pots that look like downright cartoonish in the way they've been restored. Like, some of them look good, and some of them they've traced well, but you can tell where it was just so faded that they couldn't trace, that they just made up a face.
Yeah.
Because there was one that, okay, so, and this will only work if you see the video of the podcast, which is on YouTube, by the way.
Hey.
So there was one of them where it's a pot that has aspects of the Trojan War in it. So you see Ajax, you see Achilles, you see all these people. And then there's a random person, which maybe this person had no historical significance or no significance to the Iliad. So maybe it was just supposed to be an extra soldier. But it's like Achilles looking fierce. It's Ajax looking like inquisitive. It's like, you know, I don't know if they were in battle with Hector or not. But then there's just this one character off to the side that's getting stabbed. And the face they're making is just like, like the eyes are like too wide. The eyes are like,
Oh no!
It was insanely cartoonish, and the ink looked wet, like it looked like they just did that.
Hey, do you have that restoration done? We're about to open.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was too much.
Yeah, because like most restoration is like, you know, cleaning and stuff, kind of trying to just spruce it up. But
The Jesus one.
that Jesus painting, she's like, let me just freehand it. Let me go ahead and just
Wait. Let me find it, and then put it in the show notes. We need to put like a link to it in the show
absolutely.
notes so people can.
maybe I'll make it like on Spotify. It shows the different like episode pictures. I can just make it the.
Can I tell you that when you type in Jesus, we're talking top 8 result is painting restoration.
It was beautiful.
Okay, all right. So
That's a piece of art that I want to buy. Like, that's an interesting thing. Like, I'm not really a religious arts guy, but I would hang that on my wall in a second.
okay, I love how one of the first results in it when you look it up on YouTube is bungled restoration attempt destroys painting. And it's just, I'm assuming either someone who's upset or the restorer next to the painting like being interviewed. But just so you know, so you can follow along if you've clicked in the show notes or in the description of the YouTube video.
What?
No,
a video?
A link.
Oh, I was just gonna put a picture of it somewhere. Okay, you'll have to send me this link then.
Yeah, but if you, this is all neither here nor there, but basically for them to see it, they'd have to click something in the bio of the episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think we're saying the same thing.
No, I didn't know you were sending to a link to a video. I was just going to post the picture.
Oh yeah, I'm not sending a link to a video. I'm just saying early in the results on Google is when you go to Google Images, there's a video that's just like bungled restoration attempt.
Yeah. It's funny too that they then just showed the world. I don't know. At that point, if she would have showed up with that restoration, I've been like, oh, oops, looks like we lost this one.
Okay. So
there's been a heist.
For people looking at it right now, and for those of you who are yet to look at it, the initial one, you can tell it needs some restoration because there are whole pieces of the paint that have chipped off, and there's a lot of white in the overall painting that is just like indicative of aging.
But now this is the original picture, not the messed up one.
This is the original picture.
The original picture. Looks like the subject it's supposed to look.
And Jesus's head is tilted. You see the crown of thorns on his head, and it does look a little bit, whether from aging or from the original painting, it does look a bit like Jesus has been punched in the eye. All right, like that is he's really giving his good side hard.
Right.
And it's a bit thick. It's a bit fat.
He's trying to look his best, but he's wearing the crown of thorns means he's having a no good, very bad day. Jesus Christ, no good, very bad day.
This is not the day to get a selfie, you know? Like this is
but he's trying to give
busy.
his good side.
All right.
He's turning the other cheek because that's the one they have not punched yet. So he's trying to just get a good picture of it.
The restoration can only be described to me as Elmo in blackface. But the blackface is actually pretty tan. Like it's just like this looks. This is.
I gotta bring it up. Now.
The art is so bad that it looks a little racist. Like.
Yeah. It's got a Muppet vibe to it. There's a definite Muppet. I love. The story's like, what, 5 years old?
Yeah.
It just popped back in my head. It's so delightful.
Because also...
No, 2014?
They fully smeared the mouth. So the mouth is so smeared now that it looks like Jesus doesn't have a mouth. They moved the beard to way under the chin. So the beard that Jesus did have is no longer in the right place. And the nose has been reconstructed to give like a what is it? Wallace and Gromit.
Reconstruct is a very nice word for what they've done here.
His
eyes are black too. Look at his eyes.
And also,
and they made like the pupils white.
Whoever did this is an atheist. Like who?
I was gonna say they're either drunk or were trying to make a statement.
Yeah,
or both.
The only way this could be more disrespectful is if they wrote on the actual painting, "Is this your king?" Like,
maybe it's trying to put you in the moment. It's trying to actually take you back then, because they didn't have glasses back then. So this painting is from the point of view of someone who can't see shit, and Jesus was right there, and they didn't know it. Not a lot of people do, perspective. We don't think about that a lot in religious art,
Like, this person botched this painting and then went on to be and when I say mild, I mean the low side of mild. Like if we're talking to Taco Bell sauces levels of success, the extra mild, right?
And I'm sending you a picture right now where just someone did a goof where it was restored to look like It's Pat from SNL. And it just made me laugh.
That is funny.
That's pretty good, right? I know these are all visual bits, but
wow,
that one entertained me. Well, I think that's the culture segment.
We should actually call this episode, like in parentheses or in brackets, the episode should say visual companion. And then just have a link to everything we've talked about so people don't get lost.
Yeah. No, I'll make a little, we'll have some things for people to look at. But yeah, no, this is the JJS audio tour is what this is.
All right. One more.
I would love to do that. I would love for us to record a tour for a museum. That's an episode maybe we should do.
Just an episode. Man, this dude look like Gandalf.
Yeah. Because Josh and I would say we do a 50-50 every time we go to a museum is us really discussing art we like and techniques we like. And then the other half is us just roasting the hell out of art and how people look in art.
Okay, wait. I'm sending this to you right now, and we'll just add this one to the list. This is another botched restoration. It's the botched Virgin Mary painting.
I did see that one right underneath.
If just to describe it for those of you,
she looks like a thumb with eyes.
Yeah, they gave her the full like, oh my god.
Ermagerd the Virgin Mary. Like, I don't like. You can't get work again if you do that, right?
Let me tell you, I can't draw. All right. But I at least have the integrity to not take a job where it is my duty to redraw a master.
Yeah. Because it looks like they asked me. It looks like they asked me, hey, can you restore this picture of Jesus? And we need it done today. That's what you're going to get.
Also, I'm very sorry. We don't have any more oil. You're going to have to use crayons.
Yeah. And they're pretty filed down already. So good luck.
Yeah. Can I tell you? Ooh.
Someone send us some art that will restore.
So when I tell me if you experienced anything like this. I'm trying to remember where this was, but when I was little, there was a kid who had the full box set of is it 128? I think it's 128 crayons with different colors with a pencil sharpener in the back. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We had one of those, yeah.
This kid was styling on everybody early in the year.
Yeah.
And by like the spring, maybe right before summer started, he had whittled down every crayon more than I can even, like, I honestly.
Every crayon?
Dude, every crayon. Because I think what he was doing was he just did not like any, this was his flex. Every time he popped that box of crayons open, they were all sharp. They were all like fully, like pinpoint sharp, ready to go.
Gotcha.
Fine point crayon coloring. Okay. And to his credit, he was actually like a pretty good at drawing. Like I remember looking at his drawings and being like, oh yeah, I can't do that. Like
I was gonna say if all of his crayons are filed down and then he's shit at drawing, then you've got like he's eating those.
Yeah.
He's sucking on those crayons.
And so
that's why they're so low.
And so then this kid, this is wild. Okay. So then this kid has filed them down so much that they can't really, like, he lost one in the sharpener because it got too short to sharpen. So then he was just turning it with his thumb to try to like turn it and sharpen it, but then it just got stuck. There's no way to get it out now.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if then like just cut his finger open or something.
No, they made it so you couldn't do that.
Listen, this is a Josh Johnson story. I'm not sure where the turn's coming, but I get ready.
And so this kid had got to the point where all of his crayons, he finally had to take the paper off of each crayon because it was like they're whittled down that much. And he, by the end of that box of crayons, he just had a box of beads. Like he was literally rolling the crayon against the paper to get the color off and to color. And I had never, like, this kid was such a genius to me. It had never occurred to me that could even happen.
Yeah.
Like he was like fully just dragging the little beads of crayon across the paper, and then was like doing low key like 6-year-old masterpieces. Like
that sounds like he got the most out of that pack more than anyone else.
Yeah,
because he had all those crayons and that sharpener. And listen, all of us who had it, usually it's like it's cool to bust out, and then you lose crayons, and then you get something stuck in the sharpener, and then you just kind of have like a loose pencil case of crayons because you're done with the box. This kid, though, sounds like he took care of that box, really used these crayons, and used them well.
Do you remember the what was it? What was the company that made the really hardcore like number 2 pencil colored pencils?
I mean, I think there's a bunch of them, but
it may have still been Crayola. I have no idea, but basically,
they make some number 2 pencils.
There was a kid who went to steal another kid's colored pencils, and this was like, obviously we're talking like playground rules. This is a no-go, right? This is like off jump. All right, you're getting touched up if you touch my colored pencils, much less try to steal the whole pack.
You can ask, can I borrow that colored pencil? But you have to be prepared for the answer to be no.
Yeah,
I need that one.
And so this kid swiped all the colored pencils off this kid's desk and started running, right?
Damn. That's like, in middle school terms, that's like having sex with someone's wife. You've created a situation here.
And so then, kid takes off after the other kid, and we're already not the most coordinated because we're all young. But in a sometimes something happens where it pulls almost like a divine instinct out of you that you didn't know you had. And this kid, because he can't catch up to the kid that stole his colored pencils, he gets just close enough to him that he makes a big bet, and he just fully swipes one leg. Like, just like catches up to him enough to trip him. Swipes one leg. The kid who's got like the colored pencils, I'm trying to remember how he was holding them, had the colored pencils. Like, either, I can't remember if they were against his chest or all in his hands, but either way, he's holding them kind of like this, and he trips and lands on all
like this.
Of them.
He means has them like in his hands over his chest for the listeners. Falls on them and double staked his chest.
Completely just like really impales a couple pencils.
See, I knew someone was going to get impaled soon. That's why I felt it with the crayon story. I felt it coming. I felt the chaos building.
And then he rolled over. So he lands and he's like, oh, just from landing, right? He's like, you ever, remember when you were a kid and you get so hurt you didn't cry? You were like, I need to breathe through this situation. Like, you don't even.
Yeah. You were stunned that feeling existed.
Yeah. And so this kid rolls over and we just see a bunch of colored pencils like in him, right?
Oh God.
And not like deep, like he's not gonna die or anything, but just like really they stuck. They were sharp. And so then
made me tighten up a little
he
bit.
rolls over and the kid who was chasing him turns around and was like, you could keep him. Just
and the kid laying on the ground is like, I won, and puts his hands up, but all the pencils are still sticking out of his chest.
Nobody wants your blood orange,
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. All of these, the color is blood now.
Yeah.
It's not green anymore. That's blood.
Yeah.
You've made this pack all one color now.
Oh man. Just to keep
our very classy episode going.
No, I'm not gonna tell that one. I'm gonna wait.
No, come on. What do you wait for? What?
Okay.
What are you saving them for?
Just basically Did you ever see that video got passed around back in the day in like 2007 where this guy was like bugging his friend and his friend finally gets up. They're in a college dorm and his friend gets up and then throws some scissors at him.
I don't know if I've seen this
Oh,
one.
okay. Well, he throws the scissors at him. And a lot of people thought the video was fake, but he gets up, finally gets annoyed, throws the scissors at him, and the scissors go like right into the kid's arm.
No.
But there's no blood. They're just in there. And that's why people were like, oh, this is fake or whatever, because you see him throw him, but whenever it would have hit him was like slightly off camera. And a lot of people also think it's fake because we hadn't reached that level of fake prank technology yet in 2007. Like in 2007, if you saw something go down online, it was probably really happening.
Yeah.
Like nobody was faking World Star videos.
No, they were just.
That's a person who
showing
actually got knocked out. Like,
yes.
and so that
I
one,
suppose if you throw it well enough too, that's holding in the blood, you know. If you have that in your arm.
The way that it stuck him, and then that guy was also like too hurt to be like screaming or upset. He just went, dude. He just kept saying dude over and over, and then another guy is like, hey, so should we like call an ambulance or anything, or like?
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that one.
All right.
We'll see if we put that one in the bio. I don't want.
No. We probably should. I actually don't even know if you can find it. There seems to be. Tell me if you think that this is on the money or not. There seems to be a different internet now than there was when we were like getting into college. I feel like the internet now is like a place where nothing is ever really gone and everything is permanent, nothing is private, all that stuff. But I could swear to you that the internet from like 2002 till like 2000 maybe 7, that period of internet was where a lot of stuff was getting shared. But even to this day, there's stuff I can't find anymore.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because you can find some of those old videos I found, but they're like either there's copies of copies, like it's clearly like, you know, been copied several times and on just some other account. I think it's because some of those videos that we all knew were from sites that don't really exist anymore. Like, I mean, I know they still exist, but you know, like E-Bombs World and stuff like that. Remember those sites where they were always kind of pre-Facebook, like just kind of social media collections of just stuff. Pre-Reddit more is kind of what those sites were.
Yeah.
But then a lot of them shuttered and deleted all their stuff. So if it didn't like make it over to YouTube or something, those videos, like some of them did disappear.
Yeah.
Not all great art gets restored.
Honestly, the way in which we've lost games, especially, and certain
just like
videos
browser
to
games?
Time. Like, do you remember Shockwave?
That sounds familiar.
So Shockwave Player is I don't even know if they're affiliated, but like on old PCs that only ran Internet Explorer, the basically their version of I guess Adobe. Somebody can correct me in the comments or in an email if I'm wrong, but basically Shockwave was like one of the video players that you had to keep restoring.
I remember Shockwave.
Then Shockwave.com was this site where it was mostly games, like it was Shockwave Games, but then it also had like forums and stuff like that back when chat rooms were big and stuff. And Shockwave Games had some of the best games. Like when I tell you Shockwave Games and Cartoon Network's original site, like we're talking about even before Toonami.
The Cartoon Network site
had games. They had Dragon Ball Z games. They had Bug Juice. No, Disney. Sorry. Disney actually had a website that had a bunch of games on it. This is back when all the networks had their own website with like games based off of their shows. But
they were like fleshed out games too.
Fully fleshed out
thing.
Like levels.
They were like they weren't just because now if you see a sponsored game or, you know, a crossover thing. It's usually just like an app game and it's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, it's like a match
basically
3,
just like
whatever.
Match 3 or a Candy Crush ripoff or something like that. It's just something that's rushed. But like they used to make fully fleshed out games. I remember a Cartoon Network game that literally took a couple hours to beat, and it was like a puzzle solving where you like went to different islands and traded things to other characters, and it took a while to beat it. And I'm like, that was a full game.
Let's talk about a game that I never beat. Samurai Jack on Cartoon Network. They had you as a young Samurai Jack fight everyone he had to fight to become Samurai Jack.
Yeah.
And I was always getting caught up early because I'm not that great at video games. I was getting caught early on the African guy with the sticks.
I don't know Samurai Jack that well. So
Oh, okay.
I'll take
Basically,
I'll take your word for it.
It's a beautiful show. We should watch it sometime.
I like the guy who made it. Yeah, I've never watched it, but he did another show called Primal.
Wait, you've never watched it?
I've seen like parts of episodes. No, I've never watched Samurai Jack.
Okay, all right.
All right, get ready for our Samurai Jack watch podcast.
Yeah. I feel like
Samurai Josh.
Also for the listener, and this is completely serious because I think that this could be a cool thing. For the listener, please write in and let us know what you think or how you would feel about any sort of companion content. Like if we did do like a visual, you know, like audio companion to a bunch of images or like something like that, because that could be a good fun new thing that we try.
I don't fully know what he means. So yeah, I guess let us
imagine know. Okay, so for instance, right?
Yeah.
You could do the entire image collection of an artist's work or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then in the show notes, we're just this image is like, you know, time stamped like this. We talk about this one first, this one second, whatever. And then I think that there could be something fun about, like, let's say we were to watch Rise of the Young Wolf.
Is that a Samurai Jack episode?
Ouch.
What is that?
That is the air hockey documentary that we watched together.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I mean, I think what you're describing is a reaction video.
Kind of like a reaction video, but yeah, in pieces.
I think it's what you're describing is just a more well edited kind of reaction video. But we could release just a commentary for it. The special commentary would go watch Rise of the Young Wolf. And here's our commentary track for it.
Oh no.
I like that. Oh, there's a fly.
Yeah.
This one's all over the place because first it was art, then Flash games. Then I think we just had a work meeting for a second there.
No, that's my bad. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if it would translate into something worth asking people, but ending the whole thought on reaction video means probably not.
Let's do a reaction video right now. That was a little joke. That was a little joke I did. That one was scared. That one was scared is what that was.
Yeah.
Well, what were we building to with Cartoon Network and Disney Channel websites? Was it just off of how the internet's changed?
Yeah, how the internet's changed and how I can't find those games. Like now that I have the motor skills to beat games, I really wish I could go back and just do what my young, inexperienced hands could not.
Right.
I feel like I got good at video games when I was like 22. Like I finally started putting it all together.
Right.
Because I was decent at some games, but I just didn't have the concentration and the hand-eye coordination for certain games. And then sure enough, at like right around like 23, I'd be chilling with Jacob and we'd play something and I'd be like, oh, it's all clicking somehow now.
You know, but that's deceiving though, because I feel like I've had it both ways with old games where you go back and then you can just beat it actually, and I'm kind of like, oh, this is the game I had so much trouble with. But then there are still some old games and I'm like, This is stupid hard.
Yeah.
It's still really hard.
That's how I feel about Tapper. When I watch you play Tapper.
Yeah. Wait, arcade games though were designed to be hard because they wanted you to just keep putting coins in. So certain arcade games get to a point where you truly just can't win, but they just want you to keep feeding money.
Mm-hmm.
It's to make you feel good enough, but I'm pretty good at Tapper too. Just putting that out there. Just wanted to end on the important point, which is that I'm pretty good at Tapper. That's a fun one to play because it's got a different controller system. What are we doing now? This is our most tangent-y one, but I think it's because this is the most less pressed for time we've been in a while.
Yeah.
To fit an episode in.
Yeah, this is what happens when we actually have all day to chat.
Yeah. Anything else on art, or should I get the mailbag?
So yeah, you can pick the mailbag while I talk about art museums a little bit more, because I've now been to enough.
Do it.
So okay, I've been to enough now that I have gathered lots of different experiences, and I remember, wow, there was this one woman named Leanne who I can't think of a better word than cornered. She truly and fundamentally cornered me in the abstract expression section of the museum, and was just telling me about her day.
Oh, see, but now this kind of sounds like a Josh Johnson dream come true, though.
You would think so, but not only was her day not good, like, I'm all about getting to know people, in like an organic way or anything. I think it's a different energy when no one wants to hear what you're about to say, and so you corner a person and tell them, because I was like, oh, okay, like she was telling me about how she had to go to court and like all this stuff, and I was like, oh no, well, I hope that works out, and best of luck in your claim. I in my head I'm like, I got nothing for you. Like I don't fully understand, because she was also trying to explain.
Good luck with your claim.
Well, she was trying to explain to me what she was trying to sue for, and I
get that.
I also didn't get it. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess. But this isn't checking in with a person to get advice. It's also not a time where you're like, I need to air this out to a person for feedback. This is just like, oh man, all right, this guy's by himself. And
yeah.
And so then, which I really respect this about her, because this is where it becomes your nightmare. So I'm like, oh, well, I hope that everything goes well. And, I even think I said it was great talking to you. And I start to move. And she just follows me. Like, she just follows me and keeps talking. And I didn't think it was an option. Like, I didn't think.
You thought surely she won't come with me.
Because usually when there's someone that's the security of the museum that's like, oh, don't touch the painting or whatever, they're usually confined to an area.
Right, yeah.
But she is leaving her post.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Or like that guy at the Barnes Foundation, remember, who was like running laps?
Yeah.
I don't know. Some security guards are free range.
That guy so clearly wanted someone to be arrestable. Like, he was just
yeah, he was just walking in circles, getting his steps in.
Yeah,
Man.
and some of it was
it's not a big place.
It's not a big place, and some of it was like we would see him in a different room going in the direction he was just in. Like, does he know where he's going? Like, it seemed like he was lost and he didn't want to admit it to anyone.
it seemed like it was going to be very easy for him to knock someone over into like all of the antique furniture that was there.
Yeah, imagine your whole head going through a Matisse because the security guard is like trying to find the bathroom and simply can't, but doesn't want to ask someone who doesn't work there where the bathroom is.
Yeah. It's his first day. He's nervous. He's trying to walk off the nerves.
Yeah, but no.
So how long did this security guard at this other museum follow you?
I truly,
We're still dating.
I truly can't even imagine the amount of time that it was. It felt like for half the time I was there, and I was there for like 4 hours.
See, that's what you get.
Yeah.
See, that's why sometimes I'm kind of like, maybe I need to be more open to experiences like Josh. And then I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
it's nice that people don't really talk to me.
And some of it, I will say, some of it did seem unfair to her. There were a couple of instances where I was like, yeah, you should probably, like, now I am rooting for you in your suit, you know? But then also, like, her back, it was like, it was just, she was, yeah.
What about her back?
She was just talking about how her back always hurts, but then they give her the upstairs, and she's like, I really want the downstairs, so I don't have to go up the stairs for my back. But, you know, to be fair, I only have to go up the stairs twice in my shift. And I was just like, man, this, like, she was complaining to me so much, it felt like family.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's, if you're going to follow someone around at your job to talk to them, like, bring something, man.
Yeah.
Make up some stuff. Make up how old those pillars are. Do something. Don't just be like, a little bit of creak, a little bit of ache in my back there.
Yeah.
But I have to use it, you know,
Yeah.
walking and standing.
And she'd be like, oh, I like this one. That was the other thing that she did that cracked me up. She'd be like, I really like this one. I'm like, oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, as if I'm not seeing everything for the first time.
Right.
And then she was like, we're not supposed to comment on what we like and don't like unless you ask us. So ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, what? And she was like, ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, you know, it's just us in here. Like, this is like a slow day.
That's some great mom energy.
I had like a
there.
club date on the Thursday. And so I'm just there during a Thursday. So there's almost no one in the entire museum. And she's like, ask me which one. And I was like, are we on camera or something? She's like, just ask me which one I don't like. And I was like, fine, which one do you not like? And she was like, that one. And she pointed to the one behind me. And she was like, it looks like, she leaned in to say, it looks like poo.
Got him. You got him, Doris.
Yeah. Get
him. Ask me which one I don't like. I like that. Well, should we wrap up this very culture-filled episode with our mailbag?
I mean, not only should we wrap it up, we should probably cut 15 minutes of it.
We'll see. For the video portion, my camera is no longer recording for some reason. I guess the card's full, even though it was empty. I don't know. So just for the remainder of the video, my half will just have that Jesus painting. I'll just go ahead. So you'll see Josh and then that terribly restored. It'll be great. It'll just be you looking at it too, be like, uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Let's open up the mailbag. We may only have time for this one because I have a feeling we might be able to dig into it a little bit. But this is from, they've signed it anonymous, so I will leave it anonymous. But the title is VeggieTales Sex Talk. So just absorb that title for a second. What's up, J-Lo? I want to start off and say I appreciate the elements both of you bring to the show. You guys remind me of my younger sister and I. I should have been kidnapped by now, and my sister is the Logan that humbles me. Okay, there we go. I think it's a good definition of our roles. We all grow up, with preconceived connotations. As someone who mainly grew up in Minnesota, I was always taught to shudder and dramatically act disgusted when someone says Iowa. Then I went to college in Nebraska, which culturally we do the same thing, but also comment on how bad their corn is. It makes me laugh when Logan rips on his state too, because it makes me think, who actually likes Iowa? Real quick, I know I'm from Iowa. It's my home. And yeah, I rip it a little bit, but Minnesota and Nebraska can go eat a fat one. Nebraska is the more boring Iowa, and that's saying something. Anyway, he's getting into some Midwest rivalries. Hey, they brought it up. Okay. I have 2 young kids, and as someone who likes to stress about things very far in the future, I was hoping you guys could help me prepare for the question. I married into a very religious family. My oldest was born a year and a half before our wedding and conceived within 7 months of our relationship. I feel like that's an unnecessary information for this question. But what is the most watered-down, VeggieTale-friendly answer you can think of? So I believe this is the sex talk. This one, it wants it to be so clean they didn't even really say sex. Just the talk.
It would actually be so.
Or is it the talk about being born out of wedlock? Is that the talk?
I can't fully tell, but it's very fitting that you're now that poorly drawn Jesus, as you asked me.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was going to thematically line up so well. Okay, so is that, you think that's the talk?
Maybe,
about
yeah.
Was being born before, because he's 7 months into our relationship?
Yeah. I guess so. If you don't know, I don't know.
That's the information I have. When I first read it, I thought it was just like the sex talk. But now I'm wondering, is it about that? Let me just read this again. I have 2 young kids, and as someone who likes to stress about things very far in the future, I was hoping you guys could help me prepare for the question. I married into a very religious family. My oldest was born a year and a half before our wedding and conceived within 7 months of our relationship. What is the most watered-down, VeggieTale-friendly answer you can think of? So the question is not posed. The question is implied, but then the follow-up information makes me think it's a different question.
Okay, so I'm just going to answer it as if it's the talk. So
the sex talk?
Yeah. So
okay.
When a cucumber
7 months after a mommy and daddy meet.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, 2 years.
Yeah, when a cucumber and a tomato are very much in love, they decide to make a salad. And what's a salad without some seeds? Oh. I don't know. So then what's a salad without some seeds? So then
remember, you're saying this to a painting of Jesus.
So then you have to plant the seed to get the fruits and vegetables to grow so that you can have new veggies for your salad. I feel like that's pretty good because even VeggieTales doesn't cover it. Like I'm wading into waters that have been uncharted by even VeggieTales.
That's true, and here's why I think the VeggieTales angle is what causes a problem here, because what has happened to those veggies to make a salad is that they were all brutally murdered. You got to chop them up, so that's sending a mixed signal already.
Yeah.
Now we've just created a confusing bedtime story to scare children.
You know what? Yeah, that's my bad.
No. I think that was a good. No, actually, honestly, I've never heard the salad metaphor, and I think it actually kind of works. Seed's got a double connotation that I I don't love, but sometimes you just want some seed. No, I like that. That's better. That's better than, honestly, that's better than most sex talks, I think, what you just did. Because there was no bim bims and woo woos and whatever else that people try to use to replace body parts. I think you actually did that. I thought we were going to need to really work this out. I think you nailed it in one.
That's very kind.
What was that? Was that a fly?
No, it was a mosquito in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, your body language got so weird there.
So, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we post clips of the show. And if you're looking for Logan,
you can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag to ask us perplexing questions, vegetable-themed questions, you can email us, joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And if you want some of our bonus art, I'll call it, go on over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/Josh Johnson Show, where we have bonus podcasts and some video stuff and access to live shows and old live show replays. And speaking of live shows, Josh and I will be performing together next week in Phoenix, Arizona, September 15th and 16th. So if you look down in the episode bio, you'll see tickets there, or a ticket link there, along with the links to whatever confusing visual aids we are also putting with this episode. This is new territory for us. This is untreaded water for us.
yeah, and we hope you like it.
I like it. Or uncharted water. Untreaded. You don't tread water. Well, I guess, can you?
Yeah, but you shouldn't be.
Yes, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah. Charter the water.
Charter it. It's probably smarter to charter it.
Hello everybody, it's me and Josh Johnson, and me is Dulce Sloan. I'm not good at doing these intros, but I feel like Josh has been doing a lot of heavy lifting, and I'm feeling like a crumb bum over here, just letting Josh do all the work.
A crumb bum? A crumb bum?
Yeah, it's like we're co-hosting, but I'm like, if we're co-hosting, like I gotta do some of the work too. You know
I
what
just
mean?
never heard that before. I've never heard crumb bum.
Oh yeah, crumb bum. I think I heard crumb bum is almost like a yum yum, where it's like somebody, like you ever know somebody that's just always like, they have the means, but they're always like just asking you for food.
Yeah.
Because it's not like the girlfriend saying, "Oh, I'm not hungry." It's not the same thing. This person is eating.
Yeah. They're eating well.
Right. But it's like, it's like, you know, do you want your cornbread? It's kind of like
crumb bum.
a crumb bum.
We're so excited to bring this episode to you, the public, because it's one of contention. It's probably gonna be the one that gets listeners the most fired up out of the ones that we've talked about. Because
other than ketchup being tomato soup.
Hey, let the past be the past.
Have you looked at the YouTube comments?
I will never look at those YouTube comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one of the first things you learn as a comic is never look at the YouTube comments. If you're someone who's on TV, never look at the YouTube comments. And I can tell you the ones that I've looked at, I don't know if there's a filter that goes through, because usually if you're a woman that looks like me on the internet, someone's calling you fat. Someone's taking the time from their American Heathen Day to type into Al Gore's internet that I have more than one chin. And one, they're not doing that unless someone from our team is just going through and being like, nope. Or YouTube finally cares about people, but I don't think that's happening. And wow, people are not feeling, because somebody was like, yo, Josh, I get it. You were trying to win, bro, but tomato soup being ketchup, I think you've gone too far, baby. I think you've really affected hearts and minds, Joshua.
I mean, all right, never mind. All the other episodes, it's like we're kind of deep now. Like there's so many other episodes where I make salient points, and then this is the one that really sticks.
People have
with
mentioned that. They're like, man, Josh has made so many other great points. What happened?
Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting because they're like, yo, dude, I know you were trying to win, but you went too far. You went too far to the other direction. You went too far to the left, bro. Left, right, up, down. You did too much, and so
I mean, this is the one that I will really affect people.
Well, I think it's interesting because the topic for today is chocolate versus vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, I just want to take a second. If you were watching this on YouTube, stop the video after I ask this question. Who do you think is going to go for what? Do you think Josh is going to pick vanilla? Or do you think I'm going to pick vanilla? Do you think Josh is going to pick chocolate? Or I'm going to pick chocolate? Who do you think is going to pick what? I'm going to give you a second. So, just to let you know, this is chocolate versus vanilla. And guess what, y'all? Your girl, okay? Spicy Calderon. Your girl's team vanilla. Ha, you didn't see that coming, did you? Did you? You didn't think that me, old what's-her-face, was going to be picking vanilla. But I did. Isn't that wild? What a twist.
So help us out.
Yes.
Help us by explaining why vanilla for you.
I think vanilla for me, one, it is an ice cream flavor that I grew up with because my mom likes to add things to ice cream. So we would get the pecan sandies. We would put those in ice cream. Sometimes just as simple as, throwing in your favorite cereal. Maybe putting your own little fruits. Vanilla was a carrier for flavors, right? Some of my favorite ice cream flavors, like Moose Tracks, the base is vanilla. Like those flavored ice creams, like the I never really got into Ben and Jerry's mainly because it was expensive. But if you give me a Bluebell situation, you give me a Mayfield situation, a Mayfield Moose Tracks, a Mayfield Turtle Tracks, okay? If there's tracks, I'm eating them. If an animal is out here putting his imprint on the planet with caramel or chocolatates, put it in my face, okay? I like vanilla. Basically, when I think of vanilla, I think of ice cream. And there's different types of vanillas. There's different kind of carrier flavors. One thing I used to really love to do is when we go to the Chinese buffet, because you grew up in the South, there were always Chinese buffets. At the end of the meal, you go get your little soft serve ice cream, and then I would add a little lemon juice, like a little fresh squeezed lemon. That was a nice palate cleanser after eating all the variety of things you eat at a Chinese buffet. I do honestly prefer it over, like, in cakes. I don't prefer... Like, I've never had a chocolate birthday cake because I've never wanted a chocolate birthday cake. I've made chocolate birthday cakes. I've made chocolate cakes for people.
I guess this is my thing. This is where I feel like you are so misguided.
Wow! What the hell? Good night!
This is where... So I look at vanilla as one, right? As like if we are talking flavors, vanilla is the number one as far as units of flavor and taste. Okay? It's where you start. It's a good place to
you're
start.
telling me a scale from 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10. And I'll even say this. People give vanilla a 0. It's a 1 because it is a flavor. It's not plain. It's vanilla. Right?
Right.
But you can't really enhance it. Like you said, it's a character. It's just
a carrier.
Oh, okay. It's a carrier. So then it's a platform for other flavors. It's not a real flavor that's out here striking joy into hearts and minds. It's just out here helping cherries and sprinkles get along.
But it's also, did you think about it as a collaborator, a peacekeeper, a helping hand to bring different flavors together?
How about this? I've enjoyed a triple chocolate cake. You can't have a triple vanilla anything because vanilla's vanilla. It's one, and you can't multiply 1 times 1.
You could have a vanilla. Well, I mean, it's not triple, but you can like have a vanilla cake with vanilla frosting. That's a thing that exists.
It's a thing that exists that all tastes the same. It's just a steady attack on your taste buds where you're getting overwhelmed with the vanilla.
Listen, I presented my case. Okay. Now you present your case.
Okay.
Your very predictable case. Of being team chocolate.
My very okay. All right. Chocolate came to us, blessed us, was discovered in multiple countries. All right. It came to us from multiple parts of the earth.
No.
You know, the cacao.
From the New World.
What?
New World.
What are you talking about, New World?
Sir.
It's all been one world the entire time.
Ma'am.
It's all been one planet. I'm not. No. Don't pull from that colonial history. The whole world's been the whole world the entire time.
The whole world has been the whole world the entire time. Yes. In God's eyes, he built one planet. I get it. It's these white folks with books that made it new and old. So they ain't known about chocolate. Are we trying to say that they know about chocolate? You're trying to say that chocolate was not in the it's in the conquered countries, conquered continent.
I mean, all I'm saying is what they called the New World was really the Old World because they just hadn't discovered it yet. But it had been around.
And that's why we call Native American Indians, because somebody didn't know where the fuck that was at. I hear you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I'm just saying that chocolate doesn't come from one specific area or country in all of the world. Lots of countries bring us chocolate, and they bring us their spins on chocolate.
Sidebar.
And they bring us,
Have you seen that Ghana has told these white folks that you are no longer going to take a raw bean out of here and then process it on your own? We're going to process this shit, and you're going to have to pay us. Ghana is not playing with these hoes. Ghana, the president of Ghana, he is not playing with these white folks no more. You understand? He's like, y'all not going to be coming up in our country and taking shit. If you want this cacao, you have to come to us. You ain't getting raw beans. We gonna process it and then give you that shit. Cause you've been in here you've been getting uncut, the raw, okay? And don't want us to have no processing plants. Oh, boys said, fuck y'all. Keep praying for them. I'm worried about his safety. Cause these white folks are a problem.
So all I'm saying is chocolate comes to us at different degrees as well. So you can see the percentages. They tell us the percentages now of cacao in the chocolate.
Absolutely. And that just lets you know how stepped on it is.
I understand, but that pure, right? So those bitter sweets, those 75%, those 25% and those Hershey's, they all have different flavors. They're all coming from a different place. Vanilla, it can't get stepped on because it comes out stepped on.
Have you ever seen a vanilla bean?
Yeah, I've seen a vanilla bean.
But that's an old world plant. So you have to remember, like, at one point, you know, we think of it as very generic because we have all the things here.
And because it is.
But at one time, sugar was exotic. Because motherfuckers didn't have sugar.
I mean, if we have to go in the past for vanilla to have a leg up, then
we just went to the past about chocolate. We just went to the past about chocolate. I'm not saying at one point all of these things were exotic. Italy didn't have noodles until Marco Polo came back from China. If it was not for the Chinese, the Italians, what would they be making? What are they cooking? What are they famous for?
Real good meatballs.
And
like, as far as meatballs, fire.
Sidebar, check this out. Tomatoes, New World plant. Noodles came from China. If it was not for somebody leaving Italy, what would they eat, bro?
Real good meatballs.
All olive oil, everything. So yeah, I'm just saying, fire meatballs. Fire this bread though.
So I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there that there are different degrees or different levels of chocolate. If we're just even going to keep it to bars, right? These bars, a vanilla bar is
Why are
fine.
you saying that so hard?
And a chocolate bar, that's how we want them. That's how we take them. That's how we love them.
Okay.
Chocolate bar. And how many types of chocolate bars are there? The most you're going to get out of vanilla bars is cookies and cream, which is still getting a little chocolate in it to help it along because it's struggling.
Vanilla is a bean. So you can't turn vanilla into a bar because it doesn't even have, it's like, if you think of all the things we do with like different beans, like soybeans and stuff like that. Vanilla is like, it's dried and you're just taking the seeds out and it's very much like an extraction process. But there's no, like, I did not know probably until I was almost in college that cocoa butter comes from chocolate plant. I didn't know where cocoa butter came from.
Okay.
So like, you ever had like white chocolate? White chocolate is basically a stick of cocoa butter, from what I've heard.
I mean, that I don't know enough to correct you, but the fact that you don't get any dark vanilla, but you can get white chocolate, just another way that chocolate is being more versatile in these streets. It's just another way that chocolate is coming at you in different colors and different flavors. I just think chocolate can go places vanilla can't.
That's an apple and orange situation. We're talking about flavors, right? So I think for me, I don't like white chocolate. I like milk chocolate, but I have found out that by going over, going to Canada, going to Europe, going to Mexico, the rest of the world hates our chocolate. Apparently it's disgusting.
No, we're not doing well.
I did not know that our chocolate was trash. I did not know.
I've known for a long time that
I can say that I've never been a huge fan of our chocolate, like a Hershey bar. No, I don't want that. I don't want to eat a whole bar. First of all, a bar of chocolate always seemed like way too much.
But that's why they have the little divots for you to break it off, for you to have as much as you want to have while you're having it.
Because they know the whole thing is just ridiculous.
Like, the whole thing is too much. Yeah.
Right.
The whole thing. Like, you break it per serving size. So even a Hershey bar, break 4 of those little things. Have that. Save that.
2 is my max, and then eventually I'll wrap it up and set it somewhere and go, either it's in the fridge for the rest of my life, or it's not. White chocolate isn't even really chocolate. It's chocolate that they've taken the cocoa out of. So there's no cocoa. It's just fat. And then they've injected chocolate flavor into it.
I see. That. No. I see the point that you're trying to make. But what I still see is vanilla struggling so hard that chocolate had to do a plasma donation. Donation.
Wow. Or maybe.
on behalf of the white colored candies.
Or maybe vanilla doesn't have to go with Sammy Sosa. Okay. Doesn't have to be the last iteration of Michael Jackson to be out here doing his job. Okay. I don't want to bring Michael into this. Sammy Sosa, we all know, looks like a thumb. Doesn't make any sense.
Don't act like I'm making you do these things. I didn't want to have to. Like, you're pulling out all the stops now. Because of something.
Vanilla knows who vanilla is, and vanilla's like, listen, I'm flavoring things, okay? I'm giving you, because look at this, the nature of the flavors, okay? Chocolate is heavy, okay? It's gonna sit on the tongue, but there's a fat content, there's oils behind it. There's a lot of things that chocolate is doing because there are different aspects to it, right? Like, for vanilla, on the other hand, hey baby, I'm a bean and you put me in shit, okay? I'm doing cakes, I'm doing creams, all right? I'm giving you, it's a whole different campaign. There's way less processing when you're dealing with vanilla. No, there's no vanilla bars. Because if you try to make a vanilla bar, it'd be like a white chocolate situation where you need some type of base and then you're injecting flavor. But that's not how vanilla works. Vanilla is giving you a lightness, okay? Chocolate came in to be heavy. Chocolate came in to step on your feet and be like, hey, what's going on? What you doing? About to fuck up your teeth, okay? No kids going to the dentist or the dentist, okay? Ain't nobody sitting up getting caught with vanilla all on their face. It's not happening. Vanilla has better press because vanilla's a more refined situation. Vanilla's not out here in your whole Halloween. That's what Vanilla's doing. Vanilla's a classy bitch. All right, Vanilla's sitting down. It's like, hey, yeah, Vanilla can't be in everything. Okay, you got triple chocolate cakes. You got chocolate on chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Vanilla comes in, boom. That's the flavor. There's vanilla, and then there's a little vanilla bean. Chocolate, on the other hand, is letting you know it is stepped on like a motherfucker. Chocolate is letting you know, hey, I can be bitter, I can be sweet, I can be stepped on. All it is stepped on, okay? We know American chocolate. Okay, sidebar. Also, we have to mention this one thing. Have you ever had a chocolate orange?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
That was fine.
I think that's a flavor you have to grow up with.
No, I can see that because the people who love it have always been eating it. That's very fair.
And they're not American at all.
They also love to crack it to like open it. It's like an event. Like that's how you can tell that they grew up with it because they love to press down, which opens up all the slices and then they eat it.
I mean, as things go. But I was annoyed, when you bite into it that it's hollow.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. I'm like, I thought there was going to be an orange cream situation. I thought this might have been a Cadbury situation. I thought they were going to give me more, right?
Okay.
They said orange, a chocolate orange. I thought that it was going to be more than just the shape of a fucking orange. But it's kind of cool that it's in slices. You can distribute it to your friends or to your children, right? It's cool. It's whatever. I'm just saying, I've had a whole type of chocolate. Listen, what you're not going to do, because I know what you're posing. I've met you. I know what you're posing argument. No.
What I'm not going to do, just for the record, this is unedited. I was being quiet. I was listening. And then out of nowhere, I get a what you're not going to do.
I know the wheels, nigga. I know the wheels. And the wheels on this bus were eventually going to get us to the chocolate room at Harrods. That's where these wheels were going to go. Because
I wasn't even thinking about it.
What? That you don't know how to do this right?
No. I wasn't even thinking about it. I'll tell you why. Because I was going to let you punch yourself out. Because in my mind, yes, there are some situations where we're talking apples to oranges. But it's apples to oranges because chocolate can go so many places that vanilla can't. All right. You talking about not all up in people's Halloween. Let's talk about the fact that really a lot of people don't even want vanilla like that. So vanilla can call itself classy. It can call itself sophisticated. It can call itself particular and choosy, but nobody is choosing vanilla. When was the last time you saw a vanilla fountain at a party? Help me.
You can't, because vanilla doesn't come. Because vanilla doesn't come in a liquid form like that, okay? That's not happening.
Sounds like it's not versatile. It's
not versatile. It's not the best you've heard in a while. What I'm saying is that... Thank you for getting that reference. That mercy child, don't just shake, it's working with style. What I'm saying is that because of what vanilla is, also, you know that chocolate in them damn chocolate fountains is never high quality. It's never great. It's never good. Come on. Don't be using chocolate fountains, nigga. They got nacho cheese fountains too. Okay. I don't know if you ever saw. Have you seen this clip from TLC where this woman talking about her wedding and she wanted a ranch fountain? She wanted a ranch fountain, Josh. Honestly, I want to see it. I want to see a ranch fountain, okay? I'm sure they have a marinara sauce fountain. We out here putting anything liquid in a fountain.
I honestly think a marinara sauce fountain can't happen because it would be far too splashy. Like you can't even approach that thing without messing up your whole shirt.
It is splashy. You need something that's kind of, That makes me think that a ranch fountain would be splashy too.
It might be, yeah.
Because you need something that'll come down in a ribbon. You need something that'll hold its shape.
Something beautiful and smooth like chocolate. I'm with you. I understand.
Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese. Something that when it's room temperature is solid. That's what I'm talking about.
You know that this is tantamount to terrorism, all right? Because
terrorism is ketchup is tomato soup. Salsa is tomato soup.
Honestly,
call Bin Laden. You are his predecessor. You are his greatest student. When you sat up and looked me in my Christian face and told me that salsa was tomato soup, you fucking savage.
Look. All I'm saying, all I am getting at, all I am approaching you with,
okay,
is the fact, the
adulterated,
mitigated, no, the unquestionable fact,
not questionable, bro,
that chocolate is going places and doing things that vanilla is too limited to do.
I think about this. You know how we're all into all these nut milks?
Some of us are, yeah. Some of us know what a lie is.
True. It's juice.
Yeah.
It's juice.
Yeah.
I want us to stop doing this. You had to blend up these cashews and squeeze them.
Juice. Yeah.
Also, why is there no peanut milk? Why we pick these very specific nuts?
Yeah. We need some peanut juice out here.
And there's a peanut juice. Is there pistachio milk? You know what I want to like?
I think so.
Is it? That sounds expensive.
It sounds it sounds very expensive because if you've even held eight pistachios, you've held $6.
So there's never going to be macadamia milk because that's going to be $150 a gallon.
That honestly, macadamia milk is what I feel like rich kids get with their babies.
That's so funny.
Just a buttery milk.
All I'm saying is that because there is yes, chocolate can do different things than vanilla can do because of just the nature of the plant, right? Like an orange tree can do more than an oak tree. Mm-hmm. Oak tree just standing there, putting shade in your yard.
Yeah.
Orange trees give you fruits. Mm-hmm. Oh, I found out that some cities, you know how people have like tried to say that like the trees that are in cities should be like food bearing trees for like people in the population who are having like, you know, food issues, like food scarcity or whatever, or people who are unhoused. There are a lot of cities that don't allow you to have fruit bearing trees in the city because for that reason, they're like, no, we don't want people to be able to.
Oh, it's wild.
That's wild. Like every tree, like I get if you're in fucking Oklahoma or like Colorado trying to grow an orange tree, that makes no sense. But just have it like appropriate to where your climate is. People are evil. Anyway, for the same way that oak tree can't do what an orange tree does, because of the nature of said plants, vanilla is not going to do what chocolate does and vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
The reason I've never been a huge chocolate fan is because, first of all, like first time I had like European chocolate, I was like, oh, this is so much better. Because it's not what we have. Also, whoever put chocolate and peanut butter together, God bless that human being, because that is fucking delicious. I
wonder what happens when you put vanilla and peanut butter together. Do you just throw up immediately, or do you like? I'm just saying. I don't know.
Those are two competitive. Some stuff don't work together. Chocolate and vanilla don't work. Listen, you ever as a kid got Neapolitan ice cream? My question is, which flavor was always left in the container when you got Neapolitan ice cream? What was the last one? Was it strawberry? Because my house was always strawberry.
I feel like it varied based on
who was in the house.
Yeah. I feel like after the divorce.
Interesting.
Yeah, I feel like my dad ate the chocolate the fastest.
Okay.
And then when it was just my mom and I, the whole distribution was just different. Like you would just see, it looked like, like when you're playing music and you got a little icon with the levels in it.
Yeah.
The race to the bottom just looked like that movement. So I'm trying to think of what was like last.
I think for us, it was always the strawberry. But I can say my mom, and I loved it, would buy, you remember those huge tubs with the handle on them of the vanilla ice cream?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a plastic tub with a red handle on it. My mom would buy that when I was a kid. And so, because I remember as a kid not liking how chocolate ice cream tasted because it had a weird ass aftertaste. And even as an adult, having tried very expensive chocolate ice cream and, gelatos and shit, and being in like nice ass places, traveling the world, I still get that weird ass aftertaste from a chocolate ice cream. I think sometimes chocolate cake. I think I like a lighter. Now, I love a brownie. Brownies are my jam because brownies for me seem to be the right balance of chocolate to other things. But like chocolate cakes, I'm not always like a chocolate cake. That's too much. I need something else to like break this shit up.
Can I offer up one extra thing?
Try it.
I don't think that when you go to other countries, you get the good vanilla. I think that what's happening is the pinnacle of vanilla we've already tasted, and it's fine. And then you go to another country and you have their chocolate.
What do you think the pinnacle of vanilla is?
I think the absolute best vanilla I've ever had was something that really brought out the flavor of the bean. And it did complement the other flavors that were with it. Because what are your favorite, just as an example, what's your favorite type of vanilla pie?
What do you mean vanilla pie?
Like, do you count cheesecake as like a cake? Do you count it as a pie? I'm trying to think of times we put pies with lots of vanilla flavor.
Why don't we put vanilla flavoring in cheesecake?
Because you know how you can have a chocolate pie.
Yeah, like you can have a chocolate pie, you have a chocolate pecan pie, you can have a chocolate pudding pie.
Yeah.
Banana pudding is a very famous vanilla flavored situation. There's bananas in it.
There's bananas in it, and sometimes those bananas completely overpower the vanilla.
Oh, I am the person that always picks the bananas out because I don't like bananas. I love plantains.
That's for another day. Wow. That's you heard it here right now at minute whatever of this episode.
Yeah.
Plantains versus bananas is gonna happen.
Oh, you know what? Our next episode, plantains versus bananas. We're doing it.
Please,
you ready?
Please don't.
You ready?
You
ready?
set yourself up.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Come with it.
I don't think you're really ready to lose back to back.
You're not ready to lose back to back. Your greatest failure was salsa and tomato soup.
Mm-hmm. Episodes ago, you're still clinging on to that old.
Ma'am, that was not episodes ago. Okay, don't do that, ma'am. Don't do that.
When you even have a topping, there's not that many vanilla toppings that go on to chocolate ice cream, but there's lots of chocolate toppings that pop all over that vanilla scoop. Okay.
So you're saying that there is no vanilla toppings?
Just not many.
What if chocolate is just loose? What if chocolate is just for the streets? What if chocolate is doing too much? What if chocolate? Chocolate's doing too much.
No.
What if that's the thing?
You are not going to call my delicious mocha, my delicious dark, my delicious milk. You're not going to call all of my chocolates hoes. That's not what's going to happen.
I'm just saying that it had to be so versatile because it could not focus.
We need to sit down and pray for your loose, your plain, your basic vanilla. That's what we need to do.
What if chocolate is doing all of this because it couldn't there's no refinement, okay? Maybe it's giving you, maybe it's McDonald's, okay? Maybe it's McDonald's. Maybe it's here just throwing anything.
You need to slow. You need to slow where you're going right now because you're about to crash. All right,
I ain't got to do
you about to crash. You sound, as someone who was the tomato soup, you sound like the tomato soup right now.
Don't you
because
dare.
when you say,
but I know chocolate is still chocolate. I know chocolate is still chocolate. I'm not finna sit up and say that. Listen, salsa will never be tomato soup. Okay.
When
chocolate
you sit
will
there,
always be doing all of this out here. Okay.
When you say that what if chocolate is McDonald's, please remember, please remember what flavor a McFlurry is and is only vanilla.
And then you just add stuff. It's like a Blizzard at Dairy Queen. It's a base. It's giving, what it can do is it can give you other things. Or it could just be an ice cream cone. One of the first time as a child that you was able to use a machine, from the first time you saw an ice cream cone coming out of a machine, it was vanilla or vanilla chocolate swirl. But it was vanilla day one, baby. Vanilla been here since you had teeth.
That's simply not true. It was vanilla or chocolate or the swirl.
Hey, you out here? So your machine had 3 nozzles. Congratulations. Look at God.
And look, I know what you tried to do. You tried to get me to go off the rails, and it's not going to work.
No. Listen, you got to go off the rails.
Because
the rails are fine and established. All I'm saying is, you are really coming at me like you own Hershey's, like you own Lindor, like you own all of it. Don't mean nothing to me. Okay?
No, name me one of the vanilla companies. Go ahead.
What you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? You just started rattling it off. Chocolate companies. Tell me those great, beautiful, powerful empires of vanilla.
What?
They don't exist.
Madagascar, baby.
The country?
It's their you said empires. That is their McCormick, okay? That's who's out here giving you vanilla. But this is the thing. I named chocolate companies. You've never had. You can buy vanilla beans, right? Mm-hmm. And do whatever you need in your life. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can't go pick up a bag of cacao beans. That's not happening. You got to process this. You just can't show up and be like, hey, let me get that pod. Let me get that giant bean and get the seeds out. Dry these seeds, ground them, add sugar, because what you have to remember is that you've never had chocolate in its pure form. Chocolate is not sweet.
It's not about being sweet. It's saying. About being delicious. It's about being versatile.
And all they do is add sugar to it. When they do something with a vanilla bean, you infuse it with a cream. You can have that vanilla flavor. You ever had Baker's chocolate?
The bittersweet?
No. Baker's chocolate.
Just the big brick of chocolate.
Yeah, but the thing is, Baker's chocolate is actually the true form of chocolate because there's no sugar in it. We all remember the other episode of Roseanne where DJ bit into Baker's chocolate. He's like, ugh. And she's like, yeah, I tried to tell you 6 times. So, what I'm saying is, chocolate in its raw form is not good till you put sugar in it.
That's simply not true.
Have you had plain chocolate?
I have had plain chocolate. And I've also had the darkest of dark chocolate from.
They still put sugar in it.
No, I know, but that one, when you go to like Ecuador, or you go to these countries that do the 95%.
So for you to prove this point, you had to go to Ecuador?
I didn't have to go to Ecuador. I'm simply saying that at every level of putting sugar in chocolate, all the way to no sugar, it was fire. All the way to no sugar. So from no sugar all the way to just sugar, chocolate is dope. And it's useful. It's useful.
If it was dope, how come nobody's... If it was dope, chocolate with no sugar. Why is that not something you can really... Like, other than like big ass brick or Baker's chocolate, which also looks stepped on. No one... Because dark chocolate... Because like they've given us dark chocolate, given us milk chocolate, given all those things, right? Mm-hmm. So dark chocolate is chocolate that has no milk in it? Is that what dark chocolate is? Like,
No, dark chocolate has less sugar, almost no ingredients. Like when you see the percentages of like the cacao in it, that's when you know it's like truly not only just quality but also healthier for you, because there's almost no ingredients at all.
so
The
you
only
put these-
ingredient will be what they put in it with the mix. So if you have like a matcha dark chocolate, you'll read it and it'll say like the bittersweet chocolate, the matcha green, and cane sugar will usually be like one of the last ingredients, which means they put the least of that in there.
They let these people put grass in this chocolate?
You can put anything in chocolate.
What about matcha?
Yeah,
Tastes like grass.
I've had it and they made it very good.
It's grass. It's very complicated to make, but it tastes like fresh lawn.
Because your vanilla is like a platform. You said it yourself, it's a carrier.
No one's
right?
making money off it. Okay, I'm not making no money off of this vanilla. You're not making no money off of this vanilla. So you're making no money off this chocolate. Okay.
Then vanilla in general is like a carrier. It's a platform. It's like an elevator floor. All right.
But it can also,
chocolate is the whole house.
No,
it's
but
the
thing
whole
is, it
house
can
you're
be
in.
But vanilla can be listen, when you look at these specialty flavor ice creams, chocolate is not always the base. Because if you put a bunch of stuff in a chocolate ice cream, it just tastes like chocolate ice cream. Right? But vanilla, throw a little caramel swirl in it. Throw a little fudge swirl. Hey, do both. You're an American. Nobody can stop you. You're awful. So out here throwing all kinds of things in this ice cream, right? Because it's a collaborator, okay? Chocolate is a bully. It's pushing all other flavors out the way. Like,
this
I
is
do
insane.
this.
This is wild. Hey, I'm telling you, as someone who's been where you are right now, this is a mirror, okay? I'm trying to help you the way you tried to help me. Chocolate is a bully.
Okay, it's sitting up melting in your hands, getting all over your face, making you look like that you ain't a college graduate. All right?
Why are there so many chocolate candies and there aren't that many vanilla candies? We've already established that bars.
Because of the nature of the plant. For the same reason that there's orange juice and not pine juice. There's no flower, like you get juice out of fruit. We're not asking plants that don't have fruit to be juice. So
wait, what was that apple juice versus pine juice thing?
You're saying that there's no vanilla bars, and there's no vanilla bars because of the nature of vanilla.
And now I'm asking why there's no vanilla. There's no vanilla M&Ms. There's no vanilla. You know what I'm saying? Like loose candies.
Because it is a flavor that comes from. It's think of it like more like a herb, because it's a plant that gives you a flavor. So like your bay leaves, oreganos, stuff like that. So you're not going to get the same things out of vanilla that you get out of chocolate because of the nature of the plant. You can't squeeze vanilla and get oil. Like you can't get oil out of you can get soybean oil, canola. I still don't know what a canola is. But
yeah, I've never met a canola.
I've never seen her in the streets. I've never seen her out here working. She does what she does, right?
Yeah.
But also sesame oil. What a tiny seed.
Giving us flavor.
Giving us flavor, bro.
Like I remember the first time I had something with sesame oil in it, I was like, I think that must have been the devil, because that was just too much flavor hitting me all at once. That was insane.
And you've ever eaten a sesame seed? It didn't give you all of that.
No, I've had an everything bagel and it tastes like nothing.
Nothing. So the fact that they're really out here, they were like, listen, we got these tiny ass seeds. We're going to squeeze on this plant. We're going to do something out here, right?
What I will offer up, though, is to your point of think of it as an herb. There are herbs that can be candied that we have. Mints. A mint is an herb, right? Isn't a mint an herb?
You're boiling. There's vanilla candy. We know there's vanilla candy.
I know there's vanilla candy. I'm asking you to offer up what vanilla candies stack up to the all the chocolate candies that are out there. I'm not saying why aren't there any. I'm saying what do you think is a good vanilla candy?
Honestly, my favorite candy is Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Oh, why would you tell me? Why would you offer it up on camera?
It used to be Butterfingers. It was Snickers, Butterfingers.
Oh.
And then
you're killing me right now.
And then I just got to the source where it was just like, I just want peanut butter. That's all I want. So now my favorite candy is Reese's Pieces.
I will throw it out there one more time because I feel like I didn't quite get my question answered from before.
Well, what?
We both agree
yes.
that we had chocolate in all of its forms here. And it wasn't until we either traveled abroad or had the chocolate from abroad that we were like, wow, this is it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm asking why you think that the vanilla that we have isn't better in other places. I'll offer it up, extend the olive branch. I've never had Madagascar vanilla, but I also haven't had any vanilla that was better than the vanilla I grew up with. And that's where the refinement is bumping me, because you talk about refined sophistication, can't be everywhere, can't be doing everything. But then when it's doing any other thing, it tastes just like it did when it was doing the other stuff.
Wow. So did you ever have the vanilla Tootsie Roll?
I did.
When Tootsie Roll came out with flavors, now I can say Tootsie Roll don't do chocolate that great. So I was not impressed, but I can tell you it was the strawberry one that they did.
The strawberry, the orange is pretty good.
Banging. I think Tootsie Roll has really just missed the mark. Like, fuck it. Just roll it.
It should have been flavors the whole time.
Should have been flavors the whole time.
I would agree with that. I have no problem offering up that not every chocolate company is doing chocolate to the degree that it deserves.
Right.
You know? But I just don't know what vanilla is doing. I feel like vanilla is the flavor of the 1700s. You know, it's time has passed.
I don't think its time has passed. I think it's still giving us, because there's we've got vanilla fudge, we got other vanilla candies, those little cream savers. That's vanilla. Vanilla fudge. I was surprised about it. Also, I realized vanilla is fudge is too much for me sometimes. Mm-hmm. So I can always get down with fudge.
Now, is every fudge chocolate?
No. You can have the toffee fudge. Remember when
fudge. Yeah.
You have different flavors of fudge. I thought fudge had to be chocolate. Until I went to college with a lot of white women, and they were like, "Oh no, girl, you can make fudge anything." Because there's peanut butter fudge. You've had peanut butter fudge.
Yeah, I've had peanut butter fudge. I just assumed that there was a little bit of chocolate in it.
Now, I can say I don't know what the hell fudge is, truly. I saw a girl make
fudge
it in the microwave
just seems
sometimes.
congealed of the thing that you're eating.
I think there's condensed milk in it. I think there's a thing. You can make fudge different. I've had peppermint fudge, all kinds of fudge. Because, we've all been to a mountain town. And been to a, oh my God, I just had the word for it. General store. But yeah, I'm just saying that, no, there's not a lot. I don't know there's a lot of mainstream, out here every day, vanilla candies. No, that's not a thing. While chocolate is everywhere. But
maybe it's the demand and they have to up the supply.
What are you talking about? Chocolate?
Yeah. I think that vanilla, maybe it's just not in demand like that. So then they get by how they can get by. You have to get it how you live, as they say.
So you're...
in the streets.
And if anybody's in the streets, it's chocolate. Vanilla is a flavor. Chocolate is a thing, if that makes sense.
Nope. I will not let you do this. This is how conspiracy theories start. This is no. Vanilla is a flavor. Chocolate is a thing. All right. And it's not a thing from this world. And it's an inside job. You can find the real chocolate, the original chocolate, at Area 52. That's the area they don't tell you about. Nah.
What I'm saying, for the same way that in the same way that mint can't be a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Mint doesn't do what chocolate does, but you're not out here attacking mint.
Because other people have not had the audacity to compare mint and chocolate. They'll put
I'm only
the
comparing
mint
flavors.
in chocolate.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm comparing flavors. You are trying to compare carriers of the flavors, bars, cakes, ice cream. So I'm talking about the flavor.
I'm with
talking
you.
about the flavor.
I'm with you. I'm just saying I'm proving that there's a better flavor by where it goes and what it can do and how many people want it in all its forms. So you're saying that because it has a bigger distribution because of the nature of the plant, because of what it can become. I'll make a full plain flavor argument right now. Okay. In a chocolate milkshake and a vanilla milkshake at a diner, a mistake that I often see it happen. I've had it happen to me throughout my entire life. When you get a vanilla milkshake,
yes,
the ratio of milk can be off, and it can easily be off because vanilla is a carrier. The distribution of milk and chocolate in a chocolate shake is much harder to mess up, because if you put too much milk in a chocolate shake, it's not even going to look like a chocolate shake. It's going to look like a dirty milk, you know?
So you're saying just because vanilla and milk are both white?
No, I'm saying what I've had happen to me in my life has been milkshakes, whether they were chocolate or vanilla. The vanilla, sometimes it can't even overpower the milk. Now I'm just drinking some cold milk with some ice in it with a little bit of vanilla flavor.
So because you've been to a diner owned by some cheap motherfuckers who bought cheap ass ice cream, or thought that somebody wouldn't notice because they didn't put enough vanilla ice cream in to this milkshake, this is vanilla's fault? Because I've had some very amazing vanilla milkshakes, but honestly, my milkshake of choice is strawberry. Or a cookies and cream. Or have you been to the Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, the peach.
That's the peach one.
Oh, the lemonade one.
The frosted lemonade.
Yeah.
Or a mint cookies and cream shake.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the fact that you're not saying vanilla is a bit telling.
I've said vanilla, and I also said other things that I like. Mm-hmm. Because, one, I'm not always a milkshake person, okay?
Okay.
But you know what I love? I love a Blizzard from Dairy Queen. But yeah, all I'm saying is that I'm not trying to win here.
Real quick, I'm so sorry. I'm just, because I also know we have to wrap up soon. You reminded me. You know how at Dairy Queen they're supposed to flip the Blizzard upside down to show you how thick it is?
Fall out.
And there's nothing like when it falls out. Because the cashier and the driver just looking at it on the ground, and then they got to go do another one. But it's when the confidence that they flip it, and it almost never falls out. So then when it's a little too thin and they go,
well, that's why you ever seen on the British Baking Show, they're like, oh, your meringue is good if you can turn it over above your head and it doesn't fall out. And I'm like, why are we testing this that way?
It doesn't have to be the head. Yeah,
it doesn't have to be your head. It could go over your workbench. I would test it over a trash can. Like, why is it? Because you'll see him just like looking up at it like, I hope it doesn't fall out. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're international television. You must trust you a lot, or you trust these peaks to really be popping like this. I know that a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but that's because we all love a chocolate bar. You know, it wasn't, Charlie and the Vanilla Factory. That didn't happen. So I understand that people have a place in their hearts for chocolate. I didn't expect to win this. Okay? I just wanted to have the discussion. So listen, I'm Dulce Sloan, okay, on the things DULCESLOAN on all of the social media platforms that make you question your self-esteem. And this is my friend, my cohort, my buddy,
Josh Johnson. And you can find me on all the stuff at Josh Johnson Comedy. TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. Hit me up on Instagram. Let us know in the comments of these videos that get posted what you think. And feel free to let us know what you'd love to hear us talk about next. If there's a classic duo that you think one's better than the other, if there's a classic rivalry that you want to get our thoughts on, y'all just let us know. But we appreciate you listening. We hope you had fun listening, and I hope you have a great day into the weekend.
Call your mom.